So again, that idea that they were just innocent, childlike beings going throughout life not knowing the difference between right and wrong is just not lining up with the text. So let's figure out what really is going on here. Let's slow it down. What did the serpent say? And he said, you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Okay, so knowing good and evil is described as a godlike characteristic which they currently did not possess. But Eve certainly knew good and evil. We knew that by her response. She told the serpent, we can eat of this tree, that's good. We can't eat of that tree, that's evil. And here's the result, you will surely die. So again, she clearly knew the difference between right and wrong. So what was the serpent truly offering her or trying to get her to reach for in that knowing good and evil? All right, so let's dig into the text here. In Hebrew, the phrase knowing good and evil is, here I go, let's butcher some Hebrew again. Here we go, yada tov vara. But here's the thing, the word that was translated knowing comes from the word yada, which doesn't just mean to understand like I know what good is or I know what bad is. It means to discern, to judge, and have mastery over. We actually see this same idea in 2 Samuel 19:35, where there's an elderly man speaking and he says, can I discern between good and evil? This verse is using the same Hebrew root word as yada, but here it's being translated as the word discern, to know the difference of, to make your own judging between. So in Genesis 3, knowing good and evil does not simply mean knowing the difference between what's right and wrong morally. It means they reach for the authority to define themselves what is moral. So when the serpent said you'll be like God, he wasn't just offering them information. He was offering them a throne where they would have the power to decide for themselves what is right and what is wrong. And that's exactly what they took. They grabbed God's job of judging between what is right and what is evil, and they're doing it without God's wisdom. And what's fascinating is this idea doesn't just show up in the Bible, but it's also in ancient Jewish writings as well.